This is another in our occasional series where we do a deep dive into some of the property trends in particular areas around the country. We've already covered Tasmania and, of course, Melbourne. But today we are covering areas in far north Queensland, from places like Millaa Millaa down in the south up toward Port Douglas in the north. It's quite an interesting area insofar that there is a general trend of rising home prices, particularly over the last few years. And that theme is certainly widespread. There are some quite interesting variations, though. So what we're going to do is to look at some specific examples, thanks to Cookie Boy, where he's spotted price reductions and use those as a way in to look at the trends in particular postcodes. To do this, I'll be using some of my normal data. It's the updated data to the end of July. And we'll also look at some of the price trends as well. And you'll see quite quickly the common theme with regard to price trends. The purpose of this is to highlight the dynamics down at the postcode level and to also make the point that granularity is really, really important. One of those themes that, again, on this channel, you'll be familiar with if you've been following what we do. What can we conclude from it? Well, firstly, clearly, there have been significant rises over recent years. And in fact, you can pretty much see that in all of those locations. Some of this is explained by people moving interstate. Some of it's also explained by this area being a very popular one for second homes and holiday accommodation and Airbnb. I do note that the rate of growth does seem to be easing back in some areas. And I also note that there have been quite a lot of properties that have been on the market for long periods of time. And quite often, vendors seem to be hoping for quite sporty results, but then having to make a bit of a cut to the asking price to get a deal. So it's a tale of two cities, really. On one hand, significant rises. On the other hand, vendors probably over-egging the cake and having to accept slightly lower than they might like. But nevertheless, there are a number of properties that have been listed for a long, long time and still haven't moved.